Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Snooker 19 Pro Career with Neil Robertson. Today it is part 31 of Season 3 and for those of you keeping count it's part 148 of the series as a whole. Today is a very special episode. We play against Barry Hawkins, which you might not see as that special, but I certainly do, because in our career mode so far we have not played Barry Hawkins once. He's the only player in the top 16 that we have never played against. The only other player that maybe is this high up that we've never played. Probably both Nopan Saingam and Ali Carter, but apart from that we've played everybody all the way down, probably then to Ricky Walden. So it's been a real rarity not to have played someone, and I was really shocked when Barry Hawkins was the man that come in the quarter-final draw. Now last time out we played against Mark Allen, we beat him by 6 frames to 1. It was an absolute whopper, so hopefully we can continue that form in the quarter-finals. The quarter-final is the longest we've ever got to in the Betway UK Championship. Obviously, for those of you thinking, well, where's the head-to-head screen? Well, there isn't one because we haven't got any head-to-head against Barry Hawkins. This is the very first time we've played against Barry Hawkins. It's very much an unknown quantity. It's also very surprising as well, particularly with the way Snooker 19 works, for 2 players outside the top 8 to get to the quarter-final. So, an interesting precedent this might well set, but a very interesting quarter-final to be had. We're going to play the first 4 frames today's episode, and then play the remaining frames in the next episode. So hopefully you guys will enjoy, and I'm certainly looking forward to this, and hopefully we can continue the good form that we showed against Mark Allen. But it's the Hawk to break off first. Well, I know that one of the only crowd shouts that I've ever heard in this game is from one of my good friend videos, Captain Goodspeed, and there's somebody in the crowd, "Come on the Hawk!" So I'm very much looking forward to hearing that if that happens. But that is a cracker of a break off from Barry. Going to be tricky to get this safe, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Not quite. So Barry Hawkins has got a chance. He played a blinder of a break, to be honest. Again, it was going to be very tricky to get the cue ball safe there. So another best of 11, much like in the last 16. I don't know if it goes up to... I'm actually going to give that a check. I don't know if it goes up to the best of 17 in the semi-finals. That's a good pot from the Hawk. I know the final would definitely be a best of 19, but guessing on other tournament formats, I would presume that it would be a best of 17 for the semis, but I'll just check that out. But he's off to a good start here.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
As I said before, it was an absolute blinder of a break.
6.
Oh no, the semi-final is only a best of 11. That's interesting. So quarter-finals best of 11 like here, semi-finals again best of 11.
14.
And then the final best of 19. So that's going to be interesting. I presume the game would follow that to a T. That makes me feel a little bit better, to be honest, about getting into the semi-final, because best of 17 is very tough. We played a best of... Did we play a best of 17? I felt like we did. No, was it best of 19 against Mark Williams?
21.
I can't actually remember now. In that semi-final of the Shanghai. It might well have been a best of 17.
Attempting to sink this into the left.
Oh, I can't remember. But, no, I think it was a best of 19, because I think it was 10-9. Then it must have been a best of 21 against Judd Trump.
27. 34.
Crazy how you forget these things, but he's off to a good start, Barry Hawkins here. A good break of 35 so far. Might well be a player coming into form. Haven't seen a lot from Barry Hawkins. He's certainly never won a tournament. I don't think... Well, not from my knowledge anyway. You can't really tell, I suppose. But he's not really got into a final at any point. But that is a... Rather than a blinder, that is an absolute shocker. Because he's missed the reds altogether.
Neil Robertson. 4.
Was trying to play a safety because it was end of break for him there. He just took his eye off the ball, quite literally. And, well, he's missed all the reds. So in a frame which I thought was pretty much over... we're very much back into it because there's still 9 reds left. He was playing really well, and that's a real shock. And where's this cue ball going? Oh, that's just one bad shot after another.
Foul. Neil Robertson, 4.
We've managed to gain ourselves a nice amount of points here just for not doing a lot. We have split the reds open again though. Hoping for a bit of cover here. I think the blue does cover that red that might otherwise go. Yep, so just a safety here from Barry. And we are the outsider on this frame, so I feel like we might as well give this half chance a bit of a punt. And it's there, what a pot. What a great pot that is.
1.
So this is our first opportunity. Of course, we've got those 8 points free of charge
To the right middle.
due to the 2 fouls that Barry has conceded, so that will certainly help us out.
8.
Going to stick to the pink for the moment. I'm just amazed that from how well he was playing, he only managed to get, what, 39 points from that break. Quite unbelievable, really. Very much took his eye off the ball. That was a real surprise. Might actually play the black here, you know. Play with some side. That's not bad at all.
16.
I didn't really know what I was going for there, to be quite honest. But I knew that playing the pink was going to be tricky to get on a red. Similarly, getting
So this pot's into the right
on
corner.
a red from the black was going to be tricky. So we had to try something a little bit different.
That's a beauty.
That's a good red along the cushion.
17.
Play the pink
Well,
and
he's
get
playing
rid of the
this
one by
into
the black.
left middle pocket. Tremendous pot. 23.
This tournament's going well so far. Do remember though that we've made 2 semi-finals in previous tournaments and
24.
failed to capitalise, so it's all well and good doing well up to that point. If we don't capitalise, then it could be a bit of a waste. That's what we're finding recently. We're in contention, sure, but getting to the semi-final and actually winning the tournament are 2 very different things. I'm going to go for the red to the middle here. Just drop this in.
This is really tricky.
I don't think it was as bad as they thought it was, actually.
Brilliant.
It's fairly straight from there.
What about that for a positional shot? Perfect.
And with that red, we've took the lead. Those 2 fouls helping very much early on.
37.
By now, I feel it could well have been Barry Hawkins 1, Neil Robertson 0. But the key is when your opponent gives you a chance to go and steal a frame, and that's hopefully what we're going to do here.
38.
3 reds left. These 2 on the top cush are going to be a little bit of an issue.
Nicely played onto a red.
44.
I think the best thing to do, get the black quite straight, and then we can try and get in the gap and pop one of those 2 reds. Didn't get straight on the black, that's the problem. So we'll use pink as backup. Just in case whether we can get position on a red and avoid the black.
Aiming for the right right centre
Let's
here.
see.
Beautiful.
That doesn't look bad to me.
Outstanding effort.
51.
Just drop this in.
Cushion here.
Oh, don't want to play it at that pace. But that's a good red. Good pot.
52.
A little bit out of position here. Well, very much out of position, actually. Suppose I can try and get up and down the table here.
Goes. Half a chance. In it goes.
Look bad to me here. That's about as good as we could have played it. If I'd have picked the cue ball up and placed it myself, I wouldn't have done much better than that. So 27 ahead. This red will clinch the frame.
Just the red needed here.
Awkward shot though. But it's there.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
Well, it's been a good break. Stolen the frame from Barry Hawkins. He looked very much in control at the start of the frame. Knocking reds in for fun. And just not only got out of position, but then conceded a foul. Went in off as well. 2 fouls in 2 shots for Hawkins. And from that, he's not had another chance. Not had another shot from there. In a best of 5 or a best of 7, you'd panic there because that's a crucial early frame to give away. But he can certainly come back into this in this session.
75.
It's never nice to lose the first frame, I get that.
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt.
But we'll have to see what he's made of. I don't think that the in-off and the other mistakes he's made in this match are going to categorise it personally. I feel like we're going to get a hard challenge. A great player, Hawkins. Any player in the top 16 is worth
Tricky pot coming up.
worth a little bit. Worth a bit of credit.
86.
Put a break of 93 on here if we can successfully cut the black into the corner pocket. Looks okay to me. And a brilliant clearance of 93 from the small chance that Barry Hawkins gave us gives us the first frame in this quarter-final.
And that is the frame. Well played.
So he's opened up a 1-frame gap and will be looking to apply some pressure on his opponent in this frame.
I agree. You really get the sense that this next frame is pretty critical to the outcome of this match.
Well, Barry's going to have to sit in his chair a while longer while we just take the break off there. And that's not bad at all. Not quite as safe as Barry's break earlier, but let's see how he does here. He's not done badly. Player shot to nothing here, I think.
Chance, but chance nonetheless.
Ooh, not quite.
No, not quite.
And luckily it's bounced away from the pocket, and I think we've got the cue ball behind the brown, so we can't get to it. He might be able to, though, actually. This looks good. This looks good. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. That could have been a mighty shot. Could have gotten it behind the brown, but unfortunately just hit the brown there. Mind you, we left it safe, so that's okay.
This looks safe to me.
Yeah, I was thinking he might go for this. Might well have been a safety, perhaps, to put it back in the pack. Not give us much of an option next time out, maybe. But he might well have gone for the pot there. I don't know if he's half-heartedly gone for the pot or whether he just wants to get that safe. Can't be sure. But there's not too much risk at the moment of leaving an opportunity. The red below the pink, I suppose, will go.
Safety battle continues.
But he doesn't fancy it. I might well do if he puts us in a decent position, but that is a good piece of safety there. Our options very much limited.
This looks to be a pretty simple safety here.
Oh, don't hit the red. Whoa, where's the red going? Oh, well, I thought we'd essentially got away with that and potted the red there. We just overhit that slightly, hit the red on our way back up. And he's going to try and cut this in, and it looks pretty good to me. So in the second frame, Barry Hawkins gets in first.
One. Now, can he drop this into the right corner?
Needs to do what he didn't do last frame and build up a solid lead, even if he doesn't get the
Pot that was.
frame in one visit.
Excellent cueing.
7.
I suppose I would admit that that first frame, the chance he gave us wasn't brilliant, but even so, just to give us that chance. There's been plenty of matches where we just sat in our chair, and when you sat in the chair, there's nothing you can do.
16.
It's a bizarre shot. Well, he's just played the safety. Interesting.
Great shot.
Barry Hawkins, 16.
It looks like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here.
They call me cynical. I didn't think that was a fantastic shot. But then, I suppose it is a fantastic shot compared to what we've just played there. But there's been plenty of occasions where players have gone for these long pots, got in with pace and missed them. So maybe those reds by the pink might be the pink spot might well be having a look at. And well, we've predicted fate once again. Saw that coming a mile off. Got away with that. It was a really poor safety, but far too many players are always tempted by that shot. And where's the cue ball going?
There was a risk of a foul there.
Well,
Foul. Barry Hawkins.
tried to get some backspin on that to
1.
play for the blue, and we've not got away with it. I feel that's a little bit of karma for the safety shot we played before.
What a wonderful
We didn't really
ball.
deserve that chance, but that was poor.
Great positional shot. He'll be happy.
Did worry when we overhit that slightly that it was a little bit close to the middle pocket, and ultimately ended up being a little bit too close. We could have got away with it, but it just trickled in. Pressure, the gravitational pull of the pocket just pulled it down. He's got a really good chance now to
4.
level this up. But that's tricky blue, but he's potted it really well.
9.
But again, he's not really been too convicting so far. I mean, it's a good safety.
That's an excellent shot.
Barry Hawkins, 9.
But you think you just want to get on with it, wouldn't you? Well, we've left the chance on the red. Our safety play's been crap this frame. There's no other word for it.
He's aiming for the left corner here. Great shot.
You give your opponent
There.
so many chances and they take it, but ooh, about to say that pink was a bit of a risk.
What a wonderful pot.
7.
And I thought the pink might respot then. That left him in a spot of bother, but luckily it was on the black spot 'cause the red's too close. Surely he'll knock the blue in here.
Very
If I was a betting man, the play of Barry doesn't really fill me with much confidence at the moment. I mean, sure, he's took control of this frame, but it's been scrappy. He's not really playing with much conviction.
Red on.
Saying that, though, that's probably the highlight of his match so far. It's a brilliant pot.
He couldn't have played that any better.
14.
But even there on the yellow, he's a little bit out of position, had to work to get back on the reds.
Cueing extremely well here.
And that'll catch up with him in time if he keeps playing like that. Chasing the cue ball around the table.
This should be pretty straightforward.
22.
Where's the cue ball? Oh, he's got away with that, hasn't he? Goodness me.
This isn't easy.
Tremendous shot.
Great shot.
Really
It's just the red needed here.
27.
And he's got
That's
it.
the top shot. Well played.
So Snooker's required in this frame.
on his opponent in this frame.
And he's played a brilliant black there. Outstanding stuff. We need to work on our game a little bit because that frame wasn't good enough, particularly from a safety perspective.
41.
I mean, that's end of break for him here, but there's only 43 left on the table, so I think it's a bit of a lost cause. We'll concede the frame, and Barry Hawkins levels it back up at 1 frame apiece.
Well, no advantage after that last frame. This is close. Really close.
Yes, this is really close, with neither player being able to break free.
Thank you. The
Still
third
can't
frame.
believe we've never played Barry Hawkins till today. Oh, I thought he'd left a chance on that red, but no, I was wrong. Well, our safety last frame was not great, so we're going to play the duck out shot here. We're going to play the simplest shot we can. He's just going to put it back up the table. He got away with that red being there, really, because it's right lined up with the blue, which means that it does make it awkward to get to. So I suppose if we get it... oh dear, that's way overhit, that has. Goodness me. Well, if we get the cue ball there, I suppose it leaves that safe, but there is the one other red. Played really well in that first frame, which seems to have evaporated, but he didn't fancy that red. Interesting. But, I think he's getting the rub of the green at the moment, he's Barry.
Pleased with that. It looks safe.
Oh, don't hit the blue on your way back. Well, it's been shocking, this has.
That's a poor shot, really.
Interesting, we got into the first frame nicely, but not done much since then. We've been lacking.
Opening red.
1. 8. 9.
Playing for the middle pocket. Nicely done.
Oh, wonderful shot.
16. 17.
So just reds and blacks at the moment. He's staying on that route for a 1-4-7. Nah, no he's not. Shame. The snooker shootout crowd would boo at that.
Additional shot.
It's an awkward position. I wouldn't fancy taking this on myself, but the AI have got a knack, but he's missed it.
Barry Hawkins, 23.
Wow. I said before, not the easiest shot, but I didn't expect him to miss that.
Tricky shot here.
Could have done with it not in the bloody red on the way back, and I'll tell you something, we are in dire straits at the moment.
Well, he's taking it on.
I'm taking the pot on, it looks pretty good. Well, it's dropped, would you believe that?
Well played.
8.
Talk about getting yourself out of trouble. Sometimes you just need a bit of luck to get you going again, though.
Nicely onto the colour.
9.
I'm just surprised Barry Hawkins took that shot on. I mean, it was so tricky.
16.
I thought he got the cue ball safe first off. That was my impression. But clearly not.
He's looking to pop this into the
Trying
right
to split
corner.
these two reds. Could be a disaster. But no, it's ended up quite a nice shot in the end.
17.
Which gives us options, which is important.
The long pot's on, and he's going for it. Fabulous effort. That's a great pot.
Nicely played.
He has been a scrappy match so far.
23.
Can't quite put my finger on it.
Nicely
Standard of
done.
play has not been the best.
Good position to take on this pink.
But if we can sort our game out, focus and do well enough here, we could be in receipt of this third frame.
30.
Which confirms we won't be going in at the interval behind, which is always a nice thing to have going into that last frame of the session.
Challenging shot along the cushion.
Good shot.
What a shot that is.
Yes, he'll be very pleased with that shot. What can he do here?
31.
Gonna go into the reds here, see if we can develop anything.
That split is not bad at all.
It's been a very good split actually, that has. Couldn't have worked out any better. So it was Barry getting the look of the green, I'll admit.
Gently does
That's
it.
it's us getting that at the moment.
39.
Nicely played.
Separates two reds that were together, so that's ideal.
6.
Pace is very important.
Been playing the high value colours all break, so this is a fairly confident break. Still need to keep it going, still 5 reds to go. Luckily we weren't playing with too much screw back there, so even though we overhit that quite significantly, we got away with it, but with the ball not screwing back as much as I thought. But that's more like it. Only 0.1 off the desired pace.
55.
This is looking good.
Well played.
All these reds in the open.
62.
It'll be a little bit awkward to get to
Nice
these
position on the black.
two.
63.
Come off the cushion and potentially come across the table. Yeah, that's okay.
70.
Potential century on here.
So, just the red required here.
Just the red needed for the frame. And we've done it. We're back ahead.
No issues there.
Can't remember what our highest break is of the tournament so far. That's what I'm really focusing on, try and get that
71.
high break. Just shows how high scoring it's been today. Well, not necessarily today, but in this frame because of the fact we can make a century and a very solid break from here.
79.
Didn't want to overhit that really. So that's 86, another 43 on, so a break of 100 and... sorry, another 35 on. I was about to say, how on earth have we managed to get 43, even if Barry scored 23 already? Does this red go? I don't... Ooh, it's tight. Look at Barry. Miserable as sin. Doesn't get to the... Oh, it will... I'm just going to go for the corner pocket here. I don't think it'll pass the yellow, but you never know. Oh, it looks okay. Oh, just the lightest touch on the yellow. It looked good, but
Robertson, 86.
just slightly touched the yellow. But it doesn't matter. We haven't got the century. Not too fussed at the moment. At least we've won the frame. And we can go in here either at two each or with a lead of 3 frames to 1. Obviously, we'd love to go with a lead of 3 frames to 1. But we'll have to see how we get on. in this fourth frame.
Half a chance here.
But, well, we left a red on from the break, and Barry Hawkins is in already, but he'll struggle to get on one here unless he opens them up. But that is a cracking shot to get on the one on the top cushion. But he's going to have to play the black here, then go into the reds. Could be a frame winning break, though, here.
Good split. He's got a real
Certainly a
chance
good
here.
split. Interesting.
Just wants this pot to...
Been a good match so far. Certainly given us far more of a competition than Mark Allen did. He's a weird player, Mark Allen. Some days he plays terribly against us. Particularly, I don't think he played well in that
22.
last to 16. Didn't play well. It's the European Masters quarter-final where he was asleep and we beat him 3-0. But equally in other matches, you know, he beats us in the International Championship, beats us in the Champion of Champions.
Into the centre pocket.
Played some blinders there.
Nicely onto the black.
23.
But I have to say, I've been fairly impressed with Barry Hawkins so far. He's not played the best of anyone we've ever played, but it's a decent, solid match. I mean, he keeps knocking these blacks in, and that's not going to help our cause in this fourth frame.
38. 39. 46. 47. 52. 53.
Well, this is the kind of frame we like to play. Straight from the break off, pick a red out, get it. Don't give our opponent a chance. And it's not nice having the reverse done to you, I'll tell you that much.
No problem there.
But I think this has been a session which probably justifies it being level. We've not played our best snooker.
51.
Looking to play this softly.
To be fair, we played decently. I think we played very well in the two frames we've won. Obviously, we didn't really get much of a chance in this frame, but in that second frame we were quite poor. Oh, what a pot on the red.
Brilliant. What a pot.
Just thought that might have missed there. A little bit off, but what a cracker that was.
67. 73.
Wow. Must admit, from the break-off we played, I didn't expect him to have gotten this far. Love to see him make a century now, it'd be brilliant. So that all but confirms we'll be going into this break at 2 frames apiece. It's been fairly short, actually, this video has. Probably helped by the fact this frame's been, what, a matter of 2 or 3 minutes because we sped it up.
74.
Oh, that's a great split. Could have gone wrong.
He just wants this to
Could have
drop
potted a red.
gently into the pocket.
80. 86.
But this certainly whets my appetite for an interesting second session.
87.
I mean, we'd obviously love to get through to the semis, but I am fascinated from a neutral point of view
What a pot.
how Barry would get on getting into a getting to a semi-final. Huge
94.
huge prize money from this tournament. I think the third biggest all year. That's a great century from Barry.
101.
175,000 for winning the tournament. 250 from China, I think, or 225 maybe. And of course, $500,000 for the world. So this is a massive tournament. Be huge for us to do well in here.
102.
This has been a great break.
107.
Break of 1-3-4 on here. Might well be the high break of the tournament. From the Hawk you're witnessing here.
112.
Not often a 1-4-7's made, so
116.
could be looking at the highest break. 134 looks like a break he will make. Just the pink and black to go.
127.
And we only got one shot in that frame. Bloody excellent. Wow, that's really commendable. Fair play to him. Great break of 134. And at the mid-session interval, we go in at 2 frames apiece. We'll just watch this break off in the 5th frame.
I can see this going into a final frame.
Yeah, it might well go into that decider. But you'll see that in the next episode. Just see what the break-off's like here. Fairly standard. Does leave a little bit of a chance on a red, but you'll be able to see that. in the next episode. So, an interesting session of snooker to play. We can't be split after the first 4 frames, so that'll be an interesting one coming into that second session. But if you've enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday and a Sunday. And hit the notification bell to be notified whenever any of these videos are released. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you continue to stay safe in these times, and take care of yourselves, folks. Thank you very much for your company. I've been CIJ Gamer. Until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.